Does the shoulder strap of your car cut into your shoulder? Is your shoulder strap too tight and annoying? Introducing the Teddy Bear, the cute little guy that eliminates all those problems. Designed to make driving more comfortable, the Teddy Bear snaps onto your shoulder strap and moves up and down to remove the pressure wherever you need it.
My shoulder strap used to pull so tight I could hardly breathe. Now with the Teddy Bear, I really enjoy traveling again.
My wife used to always complain about the pressure from her shoulder belt. Not anymore.
And the Teddy Bear worked so great, he got one for himself too.
If you're in and out of your car all day like I am, you're really going to enjoy the comfort of the Teddy Bear.
Now you can have your own Teddy Bear and eliminate those annoying shoulder strap pains. Call and order your Teddy Bear right now.
Call 1-800-813-6691 and order your Teddy Bear for just $14.95 plus shipping and handling. Mention this commercial and we'll give you a second Teddy Bear absolutely free. That's 2 cuddly Teddy Bears for the low price of just $14.95. Call 1-800-813-6691 right now.
I just wasn't happy with my hair. It always seemed to be dull and flat. Nothing seemed to work. Until I found Cum hair care products. With Cum in my hair, I feel more confident. With extract from the kumquat fruit, my hair is sexier and more vibrant than ever before. Cum hair care products really do work. You'll definitely turn heads when you have cum in your hair.
Let your hair come out and play with cum in your hair. Available at only the finest retailers.
Whoa, got another one here. Oh, whoa, whoa. Get the net. There he is. Got it. Yeah. Okay. Who wants to clean and debone them?
I'll do it. What gives? You want to do it? Just wait till you see what I've got. It's the Wonder Boner.
The Wonder Boner?
Oh, you laugh now. Just watch. You just assemble the Wonder Boner stainless steel rods like this. You take the fish, you find the top of the spine, and you slide him through the ring on the Wonder Boner, and voila! The Wonder Boner.
My wife would like that.
Introducing the Wonder Boner, the amazing new fishing tool that makes deboning fish a breeze. The Wonder Boner's unique design removes the bones from trout, char, and whitefish. Simply connect the appropriate size stainless steel rods, start the spine through the ring, and push the fish through. It's that easy.
Well, I think the Wonder Boner's a winner.
So, Dave, where did you get the Wonder Boner? It's funny you should ask.
Order your Wonder Boner now. Call toll-free 855-246-9948 and receive the amazing Wonder Boner for just $19.95. The Wonder Boner comes complete with 3 sizes of stainless steel rod tops and 2 extension rods and will debone fish up to 3 pounds. The Wonder Boner is the perfect gift for your fishing friends and your favorite chef. In fact, every tackle box and every kitchen should have the Wonder Boner. Call toll-free 855-246-9948 and order your Wonder Boner for only $19.95. 855-246-9948. Call now.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is yet another episode of Rogan Radio, live on the friendly confines of Studio A here on the luxurious campus of Casa La Rogan.
Good evening.
Know it. What's that? Good evening to you. Once again, we have a great show. Let me tell you what we're going to be talking about tonight. Have you heard about the big sinkhole in Enterprise?
Big hole in the ground.
I saw a picture. That's all I know. Did you say hole or hole?
There's a lot of them dirty ones over there.
Oh, my. Next to Dirty Vegas. Every Saturday. See Jimmy Wisnever.
You'll never know what you're going to get
at Dirty Vegas. Now, anyway, there was a big sinkhole today. We're going to give you all the details on that. D-Mac has firsthand knowledge of all that.
Well, kind of.
And I think you put pictures up on
yeah, we did a little bit of sharing.
Right?
We did a little bit of sharing. You'll notice right off the bat, Todd has finally got a sex change. Once again, in his angst to always look like the better-looking woman, he actually, it looks good. It looks good on him.
Todd McBecca.
Yeah.
That's nice. Todd actually, he had another grandchild in the last few days. So congratulations to the Beck family and to Mariah.
Like rabbits.
More babies, more babies.
Shoot, you know what? Just keep them over there. We don't want any here. Isn't that how that goes?
That's right. Yeah.
I like babies.
More
Babies are fun.
Yeah, baby's fun
I do.
too. Yeah.
You want to have another baby?
No, I'm not going to have
like
it.
Say that when your
babies
kids
too,
get a little bit older.
Yeah, I'm not going to
I
have
like
it.
babies when they're somebody else's.
Hey, Jimmy, can you turn that down to low right behind you? Or is it on? Oh, okay, never mind then. Never mind.
It is.
It's my ears. So we're back. And we have, we have some really cool things to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about people that they have a sort of a strange appearance, and they can't get jobs for that. We're going to talk about one guy in particular. His name is Mark Kropp. So we're going to tell you about that story in a little bit.
Yep.
There's a lot of news lately about firearms. Now, listen, it's kind of getting out of control. It's firearms are dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. We're going to talk about a guy who liked to keep his gangster style in his pants until one day it slipped. But we'll tell you about that later, too.
All right.
Well, let me tell you this story. We have a lot of stuff. We're going to talk about Fred Rogers. You know, Tom Hanks.
Oh.
Tom Hanks is coming out with this.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing about Tom Hanks doing Fred Rogers. I don't know if I necessarily want to watch anybody else but Fred Rogers be Fred Rogers.
He looks good. He looks pretty good.
He does. No, Tom Hanks is legit. He's like Tom Cruise.
He can do anything.
Anybody named Tom, Dick, and Harry. They're
It don't
cool
matter.
dudes, man.
Tom and Jerry.
Tom and Jerry. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
they're really cool. Tom Collins. Listen, I knew Tom Collins a lot when I was in college.
Yeah.
Tom Collins.
You
So
didn't
anyway,
do him. Oh.
What's that?
But as an example, you've seen some stuff floating around on Facebook about him being in the Navy SEALs and Vietnam, being a sniper, and him. There's that GIF where him flipping a camera off. All these crazy things. We're going to tell you about what's real and what's not real. They've kind of made the guy sort of more cool than he already was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're going to tell you about that.
Honestly, Fred Rogers was actually a pretty cool cat, man.
Oh, he most certainly was.
I mean, he had. It's so funny what people don't really know is the actual truth.
That's true.
Yeah, absolutely. Like when we didn't know when Bruce in Japan, he was a stripper. No one would know that unless we told him.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? The guy made all kinds of money. That's how he got enough money to come to America.
You can be whoever you want to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But let me tell you this story. We went back. Megan, she moved down. She's the oldest. She moved down to Florida, down to Daytona.
Moved the oldest to Florida.
So I'm going to tell you two stories.
She's loving life.
I'm going to let you know why Michelle and I are the perfect couple, right? Because I'm the kind of guy. I'm the guy that researches stuff ad nauseum. Michelle's the type of person that really doesn't give a shit. She doesn't really understand how the world works, and she doesn't care to. In a lot of ways.
I'm in my bubble.
So we go to Daytona, drop Megan off, and honest to God, she's got a nice pad. She looks out her back window and she sees the International Speedway. I mean, it's right there. That's cool. And then if she wants to travel, 5 minutes down the road, she's at the beach. Yeah. I mean, who wouldn't like that as a 23-year-old? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I would like that as a 48-year-old. Yeah. I'm kind of jealous. That's why I'm kind of resentful about it, actually. But we have a place to go now. So anyway, after we drop her off, we've always heard about the Gulf of Mexico. Jimmy's talked about it when he was over in Mobile. We've heard everybody say how white the beaches are, how clear the water is.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Now listen, we go over to Clearwater, which is across Tampa. And when you think of Tampa, the city of Tampa, for some reason in my brain, I say Tampa Bay because I'm so used to the Buccaneers. That's I say Tampa Bay. That's Tampa Bay. Well, in actuality, it's Tampa for whatever reason. But anyway, we go over. Long story short, we go over and we get a hotel room. And the little hostess chick there that checks us in, receptionist.
Did you visit Ybor City?
Listen, we're not talking about Star Trek right now, Jim.
I know what you're going to say. And I'm just going to say she was foreign. and I could not understand her well. But go ahead.
Okay, so anyway.
Well, you should be used to it, Michelle. You talk to me all the time.
That's right. Yeah.
I
Especially at 2
know,
o'clock in
Brucey,
the
but
morning.
I understand you now. Like, she had a different accent, and I
She
had
was,
to learn it.
she was Eastern European, which is kind of cool because it reminds me of watching
she was
80s
cool as
Russian
could be,
movies.
but-
Right. Anyway, she said, we upgrade your room to a golf view.
I said, okay.
Michelle's like, great. So we're in the elevator, and she goes, hey, babe, listen, we just got an upgrade on the balcony overlooking the golf course. And I was like, well, hell.
But
don't
I
even,
said...
Probably all they had left.
No, and I'm kind
upgrade.
of I'm kind of looking to myself, thinking, well, I don't even remember a golf course.
Well,
you know,
and
strangely
I said
enough.
to you when we got in the room, I said, I didn't even know there was a golf course here, but
Well,
hey.
and so I walk in the room, I said, babe, that's because they were talking about the Gulf of Mexico, not a golf course.
A golf view.
Yeah.
I thought a golf course view.
So the next morning, now listen to this. This is where Newton comes around. This is how I know that school teachers are not doing their job. Either that,
Listen.
or there's no retention. In
I'm your wife.
You're gonna lose like half of your viewers
That's
with a
right.
statement like that.
But this is so we're the next morning. Okay, she's talking about she wants to see the sunrise. Who doesn't want to see a sunrise at the beach, right? Who doesn't? It's the most romantic thing you can see. It's one of those nature things. It's like watching turtles. And by the way, in Florida, people love turtles more than they do people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're a person, you're out. If you're a turtle, you're in.
Yeah. So anyway, she goes, babe, I'll tell you what. We're going to wake up in the morning and we're going to go watch the sunrise. I'm like, well, hell yeah, we are. Just wake me up because I'm not going to get up on my own. If you don't wake me up, I'm not going to wake up and say, hey, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. Let's go watch the sunrise like I do every single morning.
I did.
So she at 5:45, we get up. She wakes me up, okay? So we go down to Starbucks. We hurry up. And as we get out of Starbucks, she went, damn, we should have brought some towels. Well, I was like, why would we need some towels? Why do we need towels? And she said, so we can sit down and we can watch the sunrise. I'm thinking, well, okay. Well, that makes, I guess, whatever. I mean, you never really know what's going to come out of Michelle's mouth. So we come out of Starbucks, and she starts walking over to the Clearwater Beach. And I'm like, hey, babe. And I try not to be a smartass, because at this point I know what she's talking about. Mm-hmm. I'm like, babe.
I was on a mission.
I was like, babe. I said, I thought you wanted to watch the sunrise. And she goes, let's go. We hurry up. We're going to miss it. I said, well, we're going to miss it if you go to the beach because that's where the sun sets now. You're looking west. We need to go over here near the marina and look at St. Pete and over here at the Tampa if you want to see the sunrise. Okay? Now, in all seriousness, I'm not going to use the language that she used. She looks at me and she goes, why the freak is that? She goes, that's freaking stupid. Why can't it just come up and go down at the same place? I'm like, you know what?
But in my defense, I have never been on the golf side. And therefore,
that doesn't matter. Michelle.
No, it does matter.
You know
Because every sunrise I have watched for all 40-plus years of my life has been on a beach. So why would that beach be any different? Why
On the Atlantic side.
Yes. So why can't I sit on the beach and watch the sun come up?
Well, and I will also
I'm not asking for too much.
And here's a little
You went to
added
school in
bonus.
Webster, right?
Here's an
Say
added.
that about.
Here's an added bonus. Here's an added bonus
I don't
story
understand it all.
to show you where the apple doesn't fall from the
Stupid.
tree. So we're talking to
Stupid.
Megan, okay? And Megan's like, she's talking to Madison, who's over at Long Beach in California, okay? And she's having a great time, except the fact of it is the water's cold. All right, it was kind of chilly for her. And Megan was like, well, I was telling her, no kidding. Because you know what? You're swimming on the Atlantic side, and we have the Pacific Ocean, and it's warmer here. Shit, apple doesn't far fall from the tree.
Are you sure you're okay leaving her down there?
Listen, I'm the smartest guy on the planet. When I walk into that house and everybody looks at me like I'm stupid and they're mean.
Listen, did you ever see Idiocracy?
Listen, I see it every day, Jimmy.
You need
What are
to
you
watch
talking
it.
about?
That's you then. You walk
I
into
think
that.
that's an honest mistake, though.
And they wonder why I walk around with headaches all the time.
Is that not an honest mistake? If you go to the golf side for the first time in your entire life, why wouldn't the sun rise on the ocean?
Well,
If it has your whole life.
Because if it's the first time that you went, you should know that you're facing
A golf
something to
course.
remember.
Everybody knows
you're
what-
facing a golf course, and the sun never rises over a golf course.
that's
Never.
true.
It never does.
It doesn't rain on a golf
See,
course either.
it still makes no sense.
Who's
to
on
me.
there with us? We want to know. Who do we got with us
No
tonight?
sense.
We got Rachel Ashby.
Hello, Rachel A. Saw Mary on there. Hello, Mary.
Eric Husted.
Eric? Hello,
I
Eric.
haven't seen Eric in a while.
Shoo, boy.
Carol's
Samantha
watching
Bill.
with
Hello,
us.
Carol.
Dr. Hall.
Dr.
Hall.
Judy Hall.
Dr. Hall and St. Jude down
Ed-
there.
Ed
we have.
Bogus.
Hello, Ed. We have one of the
Melissa
granddaughters. We have one of the granddaughters. Erica is in the studio with us. Hello, Erica.
Hi, Erica.
Now, the nice thing about Erica is she has some brains in her head. Now, granted, we went to the lake yesterday to stay all night with Uncle Jack. The only problem is, Erica in her wisdom of going to the lake on the boat didn't bring a towel. But that's okay.
I didn't need one. I didn't go in.
Oh, that's
Well,
true.
Okay. But what if you decided that you were going to go in?
Mom has extras.
Okay.
What if you were in
see?
Pensacola, Florida? Where would the sun come?
That's what I mean. I'm thinking, listen, I'm just going to spend she's a nurse and everything else. And listen, she can give prostate exams all day long and know exactly what she's doing. But for some reason, it's freaking stupid that the sun, where it goes up,
stupid.
it doesn't come back down.
It should do it at the ocean. My whole life, I've watched the sunrise on the ocean.
So what do we do when we're here, when we're home? Where's the sunset?
We don't have a beach, D-Mac, unless you're
The
at the
sun
Worthington
doesn't
beach.
come up, dude.
Gee, man.
I mean, this is West Virginia. Who cares?
We got the
Not on a
Sunset
beach.
Ellis.
That's
Sunset
true.
Ellis.
We do have it, but it's a sunset over there.
Hey,
We need a sunrise place.
Best way for me to describe the sunrise or sunset from my perspective, sunrise happened from Clarksburg area, and the sunset in the Parkersburg.
Well, there you go.
There
See,
you
that's
go.
perfect.
So Chuck and I had to walk over across the street and to the other side to a marina to watch the sunrise,
what?
right? So we're standing there on this marina, on this pier, and we're watching the sunrise, and I'm like, well, this is pretty non-eventful.
Listen, she wakes me up, and we go to Starbucks, and she's like, when she realizes that the sun's going to come up over the marina, she was like, well, screw this.
I've been on a marina before.
I'm done.
I've
It's
seen
like,
the sun on a marina.
BFD.
Who wants
So
to see
what?
the sun on a marina? Who cares? You can see that in Cheat Lake, Morgantown. I'm done with that. So I said, so we stood there for 30 minutes.
And I said, listen, we're not going to go anywhere. I'm going to watch this sun because you woke me up. So we're not going anywhere. I said, finish your coffee, shut your mouth, and take a picture, and that's it. Be happy. I didn't say that at all. I didn't say that.
No, you didn't. But I went,
I know better.
It's pretty non-eventful. He said, well, why? I said, because it wasn't on the beach. Who doesn't want to see a sunrise on the beach?
So did you drive the couple hours over to the other side to watch it?
No, but the next
The next night.
The
The
next night
we looked
did.
across the street, Jimmy, and saw it.
No.
I just don't understand.
Listen,
gotta ask this
what's your
question,
last
though.
name here, Jimmy?
Was never.
Go ahead.
I gotta ask this question.
Okay.
Though. What happened to the fact that you saw another sunrise with your spouse? Didn't that make?
Yes, of course. Oh, we had a great time.
Now that I pointed it
Yeah,
out,
thanks,
yes,
Chad.
great.
No,
It was
we
just
did.
not eventful. She sees it every day. Big deal. So what? He'll be here. He wakes up. One of these days
No,
I
it was
won't
a
be.
great time, but I was a
Oh,
little
my
disappointed in the sunrise. That's all.
I think you just had a bad night. You had a bad morning. Bad coffee.
You must have had a hangover. That's why the sun came up on the other side.
I'll tell you,
You know,
what. It's just God
you know
messing
what?
with her.
Michelle might be perfect to go down to Australia because that's. You know what? When the water, you flush down the toilet, the water will turn to the counterclockwise.
Oh, I don't mess with
You know
her.
what I mean?
Listen, her head might explode if she watches that. So anyway, there's this big sinkhole that happened today. I mean, listen, now this thing is a monster.
Sinkhole,
D-Mac,
sinkhole.
give us some details, as much as you know anyway.
There's a sinkhole right out.
There's a sinkhole.
Enterprise Road, Bethlehem Road, or Landing Way. Landing Way is the new address, but Enterprise Bethlehem Road, just past the S&S garage, and that's what happened. I don't know. That thing's big. I mean,
it really is big. It seems like it's under the road. And
The road is oh, good night. I don't know why
go ahead. Just go ahead.
but it's hot. Well, that's a true story.
I meant your mic, but okay.
But anyway, it's clear out into the road. The road's shut down. So if you're going to travel that road frequently, unless you're local going to your house, the road's completely shut down. They're not going to open it back up.
So this is when I was talking to D-Mac before the show.
Okay.
I said, okay, I want to know all about this because I
Right.
want to know, what is a sinkhole? How deep is it? What causes it? Why is it there? I don't understand why it just shows up. What if nobody finds it? What if somebody sinks? What if an animal falls in there? So this is my question.
Yeah.
I said,
Questions.
D-Mac, can the fire department put a hoist on me, lower me down? I want to see what's down there.
Treasure chest. There's a treasure chest down there where the pirates are.
How deep is it? Like how far does it get? I want to take pictures, and he said, well, the problem with that, Michelle, is if we lower you down there, it may fall in on you.
Yeah,
I
right.
said, so in other words, I need a life vest.
It's creepy.
And
Did
he
she actually
said-
say that?
She did, and I said you need a
Yes.
helmet.
Yeah, she did. I was
And
out
a
there,
helmet.
too.
So you need a helmet.
Hey, listen. It is what it is.
Hoist me down, boys.
Anyway.
I want to see what's in the sinkhole.
There's creatures. There's wendigos down there. They're going to get you.
There doesn't appear to be any water in there right now.
Just sank.
Yeah, just.
It's kind of wild. There's pictures on the Rogan Radio page. If you
mean,
haven't seen them, check them out.
Yeah.
Later on after the show,
Yeah,
of
yeah.
course. And if you haven't, like and share this thing, please.
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, we're so susceptible to mine subsidence here. So
Yeah.
it's not really shocking, but I mean, it just came out of nowhere. Usually, it starts like a little hole and then boom, 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 and
right.
Nope, this one.
Now,
That's a big hole.
If I'm not mistaken, by looking at the pictures that was posted on there,
Yeah.
that thing looks to be like you could almost stand straight up and down.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
And, and walk.
It's
just walk.
Probably
into
30 yards. Well, not 30 yards. Yeah, probably 30 yards.
Wow, that's a lot bigger than I thought it was.
Oh, it's big.
Wow, daggone.
Yeah. From edge to edge. I mean, you can see. I mean, it's clear out in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
It took the whole. I mean, that grass is relatively level through there, and not anymore.
I would think most sinkholes in West Virginia are because of mines.
Yeah.
But
Well, and underwater
sometimes
springs.
it
Sometimes
goes-
you have
Yeah.
these underwater springs that go
Caverns that
through.
collapse
I'm going to blame
and-
it on fracking, like I blame everything else on.
Okay.
Because they were putting all this water underneath the ground and stuff, and they were sucking it all out, which caused the collapse. I'm just going to do it. I don't know anything about that. I'm just going to do it because I can.
It probably came from West Union.
Probably.
Back up,
I'm
clear from
guessing.
West Union.
I'm sure it's
guessing.
Trump's fault.
Well, and it's funny too, because something like this happens. Everything now. See, my dad was an underground surveyor for Consol before he retired and everything. He used to do all the maps, and believe it or not, all the maps of Consol mines are actually down in Monongah.
Yeah, they
so
are.
Dad would end up coming down, and he'd end up marking out on the maps where he surveyed and all that kind of stuff, putting the new mines and
Yeah,
where
like
they traveled,
vent
and all that stuff.
shafts, what they've mined, what
And
they
I'll
have.
almost guarantee that as soon as this thing popped up, somebody got a hold of somebody from the mines and said, "Hey, you need to check to see what records you have as far as mines under." And the bad part about it is, you got to realize, way back in the day, they didn't have as good of maps, map making.
Yeah,
and
not
stuff
like they do
that.
now.
Nowhere
Right.
near.
But-
early 1900s.
So how do they fix this?
Well, the DEP will get involved and they'll check a bunch of stuff out and make sure that they'll get a hold of all the mine records.
I just think what they should do is ask Todd for all the diapers coming out of the family, and they'll just fill it
Throw
full of
'em in
diapers
there.
and back. It's going to be
Oh,
good.
yeah.
It'll soak
Swell
up
up,
anything.
yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
3 weeks.
Now you know what I did notice when I was on the Facebook looking at this thing, and then on your phones, do you actually have a physical back button, home button, or is it sort of like on the screen?
I have a button.
Do you actually have a button? See, mine are actually on the screen. My like home button and all that stuff's on the screen. Well, here's the problem with that. Occasionally, I heard this from a friend. They wanted me to bring this up. When you look at one of these posts and you find somebody that says something and you want to Facebook stalk them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And that happens to us all the time.
Right.
So the bad thing is you start Facebook stalking them. And then when you want to go...
Everybody's Facebook stalked. Don't act
But
like you haven't.
let me ask you this. Have you ever hit the back button on your phone and the back button just happens to be right over the like button on a picture too?
You just hit it again. It'll take the like away.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying...
Yeah, but it still shows up as a notification. So even if you take the like away, I don't think so.
Like a delay.
I don't think so. It's,
For the
it's
drunks?
called Facebook for Dummies.
But I kind of wondered that. Anyway, I heard some really fantastic news. So this is exciting because I'm a baseball guy who likes cricket. Actually, I'm more of a cricket guy now. Yeah. But did you see what's going to happen next year on, what is this, August 13th, by the way? Now listen, this is when I would go
It's
to.
Tuesday.
August 13th of next year.
Oh.
The White Sox
Which
are going
will
to
be a Thursday.
Right.
Go ahead.
The Yankees and the White Sox are going
Yeah.
to play. Did you see this?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I saw that.
And they're going to play on the Field of Dreams
Yep.
stadium there, or their field. And they're going to bring in some temporary seats for 8,000 people or whatever.
And that's it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would that not be the coolest thing to watch these guys play baseball on
Those
the
are
Field
gonna
of
be
Dreams field?
I want to see
expensive.
somebody.
Oh, I'm sure.
I want to see somebody run through the corn.
I want to see a
Yeah.
bunch of guys. I want to see somebody run through the corn and a guy come out with like a sickle and a bunch of other people running and a bunch of kids too. The children on the corn. Have you ever, Erica? Have you ever heard the urban legend about the kids, the children of the corn?
No.
Well, what happens is it normally happens in their Thanksgiving when we're all giving thanks to each other for eating like the Pilgrims did. That's why you have those corn stalks out there for Halloween
It
and
started
things like
in
that.
Lumberport.
Yeah. But anyway, they had these kids go out one day, and they were just looking for marbles. And for some reason, they were in a cornfield. And a big harvester came by and chopped them all up. And then they got into some tuna fish. Accidentally. This is back in the day before anybody cared about kids. So then they all put them in cans of tuna fish. That's why cats love them so much, and that's why cats go and lick kids' faces all the time.
Ah.
Children of the corn.
Interesting.
You know, what would
That's
be
totally
cool?
a lie. That's just
You know, what would be
Yeah, I
cool
know it
is when the
It's a
players
movie,
come out
actually.
onto
It's a
the
movie.
field for that game. They come through the corn, like how
bet
they
you they
came.
will.
You know what I mean? In the movie, and they.
So my
That'd be
question,
cool.
like, are they going to have stands and everything? set up
8,000.
there?
There's a temporary stands for 8,000.
So they're going to sell out fast.
Oh, it's already
It'll be
sold out, I'm
gone,
sure.
yeah.
I think
The elites.
I think you can visit that now, right? You
I
can
have no
visit-
idea. I have no idea.
I think you can visit the location now if you really wanted to.
One of these days I
Where's
want
that
to
at,
clean this
Nebraska
mixer
or
up.
something?
It is in. It's a little bit outside of Chicago, actually. It's a couple miles out of Chicago, 20 minutes or something out of Chicago, 20 miles out of Chicago, real close to Chicago.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. So, which brings me to my next point. We're going to stay on sports for a minute, and this is the Pittsburgh Steelers fans are going to love this.
Okay.
Because Antonio Brown, he went out to
So everybody's
Oakland.
pretty much not going to give a crap.
Yeah. Well, Antonio Brown, right? He's a prima donna how innies for some
He
reason
is.
now.
Yeah.
And so now he's threatening not to play for the Raiders if he can't keep his old helmet. He can't play with his old
Right.
helmet.
Yep.
And I'm thinking to myself, listen, there's a reason. You know, he's saying it cuts his visibility down or what. No, I'm just thinking it because he's just, he's kind of making
Right.
excuses to learn a new system. And if he starts dropping balls, whatever it might be, that's okay. But I'm saying the boss can tell you what to do. If he's giving you a paycheck, you just do what the boss tells you, right?
Like we have to do.
Yeah, and they
Right.
have an appearance. Like, they have with concussions, especially in the NFL now, they have engineered these helmets to kind of, go against that. Everybody's wearing the same uniform. I mean, there is like a
Yeah.
sort of a dress code that you have to follow
Oh, yeah.
in your place of employment.
Or you
right?
get fined or all kinds of stuff.
Absolutely. So I'm just thinking, you know what? Too bad Antonio Brown isn't in the real world. Because if he was, he would be like Mark Kropp. Now, Mark Kropp's a teenager. He's not a teenager. He's about 19, I think, now. Maybe 17. I can't really.
Yeah,
But
he's still a teenager.
he's having a hard time right now finding a job. And he's blaming it on his appearance. Well, the reason he is because he has a tattoo of devastate across his face.
Yeah.
I mean, it says devastate across his face, and no one's going to hire him. So, you know what? I'm thinking, buddy, what do you expect if you have a big tattoo around your face that says devastate?
There's laser.
But it's
to
pretty cool.
remove
It's like a
that.
gamer tag. It's DEVAST8. He did the cool 8 because he didn't have enough face, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, and this guy's screwed.
See, look at him.
Like, what's it say above
Oh, I see
his
it.
eyebrow?
Oh,
What's it say?
Oh,
beard.
wow.
Now the chick that you
It does
see,
look like a beard.
now the chick that you see him with are getting ready to have a baby.
Why can't he just grow hair and cover that? I don't know if everybody can see
Or
that
why doesn't he
picture.
just walk around with a bandana like a like a cowboy?
Grow
Why didn't
some
he think
hair.
like a normal person and not get it done?
Yeah, but grow some hair and cover it, right?
And exactly, Jimmy. Well, you have to think about things like this, which brings me to my next story.
Miracle Grow. Splash it on
Mark
there.
Jones. You know Mark Jones. Anybody know Mark Jones? Now, Mark Jones isn't from around here, but have you ever... Mark Jones.
Sure,
just
everybody knows a Mark
He's
Jones.
he's your average run-of-the-day meth dealer. That's what he did. I mean, that was his job. He
So
at least
they're
had a
around.
job, right? He had a job.
Where, here?
I don't know where he's from. I can't remember where
Well,
he's
you
from.
acted like we knew him.
Well, you have to act that way when you're trying to
Where
be
is he?
personal. You feel for somebody.
Yeah, it lived up Jones Run.
Yeah, it's right up Jones Run. He fell in that
Oh,
sinkhole.
Mark Jones from Jones Run.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Well, I'm not from here,
His
but I know
family
where
owns
Jones
the
Run
property
is.
up there.
I'm sure you guys went to school with him.
Mile marker 126 on Jones Run. I mean, everybody knows that machine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Class
anyway,
of 91.
you can't teach stupid. Just like what Jimmy was talking about with Mark, the guy with the tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? Mark Jones, strangely enough, another Mark, the other Mark we know is Mark
From Jones
Coffey,
Run.
Cuddles. And you know what? Where's he been lately?
Yeah, I haven't seen him in.
I know what he's doing. He's up Jack Run waiting on the sunset.
Exactly. That's
Is
exactly
he?
Rises on Jones Run, sets on Jack Run.
Perfect.
Well, at least you guys know that because you live here.
So anyway, Mark Jones, he was arrested because he was a felon, because he's got busted for selling drugs before. Now he's not allowed to have a firearm. Well, he gets arrested for having they find him with a firearm, a high .9 millimeter.
Not good.
Now here's how they find it. Do you have any idea? Because guns are dangerous things. Not everybody should have a firearm. If you do have one, the last thing you want to do is put it in your pants like Mark Jones. He had a gangster style in his pants, right?
All right.
The problem is, one day it kind of slipped. Because I don't know why it slipped, but he went down to grab his high .9 millimeter out of his pants, and he kind of pulled the trigger. It went, Erica, close your ears for a second.
Taking berries.
So it went straight through the top of the thing, right out the bottom. Basically. So, of course, he had to go to the emergency room, and they arrested him. 60 days.
At the base?
It went through the top.
Wait a minute. And
came out the bottom, right through the old...
Was he a little...
through
Was
the
he at
twist
attention when
of
this
the
happened?
berries.
Through the old
Say
pea
again.
bug.
Was he at attention when this happened? Is that why
Oh,
it kind
wow. I don't know.
Isn't that what we're talking about, a pea bug?
A pea bug,
Okay,
yeah.
right
I
through
mean,
the old pea bug.
straight through the top, like right here. If you had a gangster style, I don't know if that thing was to the left or right. I don't know.
Usually when
I
it
don't know.
exits, it goes boom, blows out.
What if it was? I wonder what type
Right?
of ammunition he was using.
I'm surprised I'm surprised he didn't hide a back. No, he puts in a front.
You would
Use
think
it on
because
the back.
you have an ass crack there that's like a natural holder anyway for that
Use it
kind
on
of
the
stuff.
back, yeah.
But I know one guy who doesn't need a gun. He doesn't need a gun for anything.
Duh.
You know what I mean?
Ew.
Yeah.
But what? You ask who?
my gosh.
Who?
We're going to tell you who.
His name is Vaughn Haggerty, and you can check him out this weekend in the Mellon Arena. Todd Beckett, all 16 grandbabies will be in the house, along with special guest star Wayne Worth.
Wayne Worth.
Wayne Worth now hosting City Key of Clarksburg, walking around community action, and now with a new job of doing stuff with his hair. It's Wayne Worth.
Wayne Worth and Vaughn Haggerty.
This weekend, one-time only show. Check it out at the Mellon Arena. Get your tickets now at 681-222-76. And
we'll sell you the whole seat, but you only need the edge.
Vaughn.
Shoo. Yeah, we haven't done that for a long time.
No.
Yeah.
You know, the thing is, we haven't been in this show. We haven't been here for a month.
We don't
Michelle
even know
and
what
I.
to do. We don't know how to act. We don't know what to say.
We tried to.
We're just sitting here.
We set it up to do the Vaughn on Beck Radio, but
Beck was having enough knob problems
He was
was.
he was having some major knob problems.
Technical stuff.
Okay, did anyone else check Vaughn Haggerty down at the Manson Fair at the Derby?
No.
What?
Was he there?
I don't know. I was just.
Was he?
You know, you say he cleared down at the Mellon Arena, but really, he was just down at Manson Fair.
This Saturday, you can check out Vaughn Haggerty at the Mannequin Fair.
The Mannequin Fair.
You'll see cars rumble with the old V8 Oldsmobiles, Buicks, Citations from 1979. You'll see Vaughn Haggerty along with Wayne Worth going duo one-on-one with Joe Manchin.
Joseph Manchin.
Mansion. He has one. He lives in one. But Vaughn Haggerty and Wayne Worth are cleaning to tear it down.
There they come. One at a time.
At the Mannequin Fair this Saturday, check out Vaughn. Check out Wayne. Check out Wayne's hair.
Yeah.
And Vaughn's belly.
Vaughn Haggerty.
Buy one, get one free now at the Mannequin Fair at 681-222-7646.
The Mannequin Fair. All rights reserved.
You know,
Perfect.
I was just thinking.
Well, that right there is going to give me
love
one
that
of
all
those.
right
in my head.
I was just thinking. Vaughn's name is mentioned. Then I was a sinkhole. He diving into the sinkhole to fight the volcano there in Earth.
Listen, it could go again. You know, honest to God, Bruce, you know, I love the fact that you bring that up about that.
That's it.
Appearing now live at the Sinkhole Enterprise, it's Vaughn Haggerty.
Sinkhole won't want nothing to do with Vaughn Haggerty.
Vaughn Haggerty the Sinkhole, big enough to fit his big balls in because he's such a badass Vaughn Haggerty.
That hole's going away when Vaughn walks in the door.
It's Vaughn Haggerty, and after cleanup duty, it's Wayne Worth.
Wayne Worth.
Wayne's got the nicest hair in Clarksburg, and he's got the gel and photo ops to do it. He got the key to the city.
Sink in the hole.
It's Vaughn Haggerty.
Sink in the hole.
At the Sinkhole.
Sink in the hole.
All for free on Jack's Run as you watch the Sunset Extravaganza.
Sunset.
Get your tickets now at 681-222-7646. It's Vaughn Haggerty. Wayne Worth and the Kid in the City in the Sinkhole Enterprise.
There goes Wayne. Here comes Vaughn.
Yes. Sinkhole Extravaganza number 2.
Sink in the hole. Sink in the hole. Sink in the hole.
Can you imagine if someone just turns that on right when you're like, sinkhole big enough for his balls to fit in?
Oh my God!
Well, that's what happens.
It looks like we
folks.
made up for the Vaughnisms.
Yeah, we could be very well getting it out of our system, perhaps.
Oh my God!
We gotta get back in the groove.
We need to do a
That's
best
what we gotta
of.
do is get back in the groove.
A best of Vaughn Haggerty's.
Yeah, we actually do. We actually do. Let's talk about Fred Rogers
Back
for a
in the
minute.
grip.
There's this new movie coming out, which the one I'm more excited about has to probably be Maverick, Top Gun 2 movie. Listen, that's going to be
I
fantastic.
cannot wait.
I hope they don't.
I'm
Erica,
not a movie person.
Have you watched Top Gun?
No.
Do you know
what?
Do you know who Maverick is? No. Do you
Goose?
know Goose? No.
Iceman.
Merlin.
Talk to me, Goose.
I have failed as a mother.
Viper.
We will watch that movie this
I
week.
feel the need for speed, any of that stuff.
You never heard that?
We will
Goodness
watch
gracious,
that
great
this
balls
week.
of fire.
You've lost that love and feeling.
Anything?
Oh,
Anything ringing a bell?
Erica, this
Who
week.
wore the
this
purple
week,
helmet?
This week.
That was
Merlin?
Merlin, I
Merlin.
believe, yeah.
When is the movie coming out?
Movie's coming out
Next year.
It's going to be 2020 for Top Gun 2. Now,
Oh.
I'm not sure about the Fred Rogers flick. But one thing that I do know about this is over the years, there's been a lot of people talk about Fred Rogers in a lot of these like internet crazy sort of things. Now, you know who Fred Rogers is.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Won't you be my neighbor?
Hold on.
Look at her. Look at her
Please
face.
won't you be?
Okay.
Please won't you be?
Oh my God.
My neighbor.
You don't have any idea who Fred
What
Rogers
goes
is?
on down in Webster County? That's what I want.
Well, she's a Shinston girl.
Wait, have you ever watched Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood? Again, I fell as a mother.
Have you watched Sesame
well,
Street?
wait. Let's
You
back
should
up here.
know. Isn't she your kid?
Yes, but I just thought that because I don't know what I thought. I don't know. I'm just trying my best. I got 3 of them, Jimmy. Like, give me a break here. Erica, what do you remember watching growing up?
Blue's Clues.
Hannah Montana.
The Wiggles.
The
The
Wiggles.
Wiggles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So
the
see,
Wiggles.
we're in a whole different generation. What else?
What the hell's a wiggle?
Oh,
Wiggle.
man, yeah.
The Wiggles.
There's
Like Pokemon or
there's a
something.
4
Power
people
Rangers.
from
4 men.
Australia that sing a song for the kids.
4 Australian men.
Yeah,
Let's pull
I
up
used
a
to
Wiggles
watch them
video.
because
That's all right. We can
No,
pass
listen.
on
I
that.
took the girls to Pittsburgh to
They-
watch a Wiggles live
yeah,
concert.
they sing a song. Fruit
Wiggles on Ice.
salad. Yummy,
Fruit-
yummy. Yeah,
I remember
Fruit salad.
Yummy,
Yummy. Fruit salad.
Oh, I hated the
Yummy,
Wiggles.
yummy.
Well,
Yeah.
November
Pull up a
22nd.
video.
November 22nd?
That's
Okay.
when it's coming out.
But do you know Sesame Street? Big Bird and all that?
Yeah.
Okay, you know that, but you don't know Mr. Rogers. Well, Mr. Rogers, Fred Rogers, we'll have to watch some of those. Those
I'm
are
more of a
classic.
Captain
But that was
Kangaroo
more
kinda
like when
guy
I was a
Mr.
kid, though.
McFeely, the mailman. You know, I lived at the little princess there in the castle of imagination or whatever it was called.
In Erica's
Wrong,
defense, wasn't
Mr.
that when I was a
McFeely.
kid?
Yeah, but up until what 2000 something. When did he finally go off? Do you know Captain Kangaroo by chance?
Mr. Green Jeans.
No. Okay, it's no big deal. Okay, but anyway, Mr. Rogers, he's an icon, TV icon. It was a children's show, and he's actually from Pittsburgh.
When I was little.
He was actually a Pittsburgh guy. Okay. So anyway, they had this thing. It's sort of like a Sesame Street sort of thing, but they're coming out with a movie that Tom Hanks is going to play Mr. Rogers. But over the course of time, there's been some rumors about Fred Rogers. One of them being that he was in a sniper. I saw that one, and I also saw where he was a Navy SEAL, and he has like 350 confirmed kills. You've never heard those before?
No.
Yeah. Well, those are floating around. Anyway, Mr. Rogers has never been in the military. He's never been in there. It's 100% false.
No, he didn't he grow up poor?
Something like that, absolutely. Yeah.
How do these rumors start?
They just
anyway?
start the same way. Well, it's funny you say that because you remember the Space Rocks things, the Pop
yeah.
Rocks, and the kid that
And they said you'll die from
you'll
it?
die from it. Never died. It was just like some kind of urban legend thing because we get a lot
Yeah,
of
it
those.
just
these
gives them
days.
severe gas.
Yeah.
Oh, so really?
Yeah.
Well, I was always scared to do it. I didn't like him anyway.
Well, you
Pop
can
Rocks.
get that without doing
Yeah,
Pop,
Pop
Rocks.
I like pop.
Yeah, eat too much pepperoni.
I like the what's that thing on Sunday morning or
Drink a lot of
ABC
beer.
the Pop Rocks thing in the morning. The something when they conjunction junction. What's your function?
Oh no, that's Schoolhouse Rocks.
Schoolhouse
Oh
Rocks.
yeah, that
Yeah,
thing. I love that one. Junction, what's your
Mr. Rogers.
function?
What about the pronoun
I
song?
like
Look
that
that
Oh
up.
yeah.
Maybe,
the pronouns.
maybe she's heard that.
What?
The
Remember
pronouns.
The
Electric
pronoun
Company?
song.
You remember?
Most likely.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. Electric
And then
Company
there
was
was
out
like
then.
the
Electric
songs
Company,
that
yeah.
you listen to learn your times tables, and I have little bunnies
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah, I've never heard of
Hey,
that.
here's
before.
another.
What about the Bill Cosby one? What the heck was that?
That was
Picture Pages.
Oh,
Do you remember that?
no, I don't.
He
remember.
played with kids.
Oh.
Come here, little girl.
His name should have been Mr.
Come here, little
McFeely.
boy.
Mr. McFeel me. Jeez, oh wait.
Want a pudding pop?
There was another rumor about Fred Rogers that he had.
Diarrhea.
Chlamydia.
Some people say full sleeve tattoos
Gonorrhea.
or a bunch of tattoos on his
Yeah.
arms and everything, which is why he actually adopted the sweater
Wore sweaters all the time.
and stuff like that. That was totally untrue.
Maybe it was sweater weather.
Yeah, this is it.
I mean, maybe it was just sweater weather.
Sally baked cupcakes.
she
Sally
did.
gave me one.
What is
Worms.
this?
Sally baked
Wow.
cupcakes.
I've never heard of
I
this
think
before in
those
my
gave
life.
me I think those cupcakes had a little extra in it.
So she made a whole.
Look at
bunch
Derek.
of
He's getting into it, man. He's like
Oh,
dancing
this-
down there. He's like jamming to like it's like.
This was it.
Wow.
I know Sally.
It sounds like it.
Oh, I
Sally
bet Liz
gave
and Ray
me-
played tag.
That is great.
Gonorrhea.
Oh my. How do you-
Oh Lord.
Hey, is that the same little paper guy that sings "How a Bill Becomes a Law"?
Yeah. That they did that
I've
too.
never
I think.
heard that song before in my life.
How about this one? How about let's see.
You never heard what song?
What
Oh, the pronoun song?
What he just played?
This is Schoolhouse Rock stuff. This is what we used to watch growing up back in the day. And see, I never had a color TV. It was always like black and white for me.
Yeah.
And that was, I always had to go to a friend's house.
Yeah. The main TV in the living room was color.
Well, it's a long, long journey to the capital city.
Yeah,
It's a
okay.
long, long wait.
Everybody kind of knows that stuff. But my favorite one out of all time, though, it's just got to be this one. And I don't know. This is conjunction, junction, what's your function? And I still really don't know what a conjunction is, and I don't know what its function is.
This is a really good one.
It really is.
I just know the song.
Schoolhouse Rock!
Waiting for conjunction, junction.
Let's go up here a
What's
little
your
bit.
function?
It's great. It's fantastic. These are all YouTube, by the way.
They'll get you pretty far. And that's an additive. Like
It's awesome.
Look, it's explaining it right here. Try.
Yeah, but we never had a TV, and by that time, see, it was so blurry because it was a used TV.
Yeah, that's good
that
stuff.
I couldn't see it. We didn't have it. We didn't.
But yet
It
you
wasn't
know the
cable.
song?
We should.
Oh yeah, that's
You
a great
can listen
point.
to the song.
We should remake that.
Don't let the facts get in the way of a good story. Is what I
No.
always say.
We should
talking about
remake
how you-
that.
Conjunction, junction.
Yeah, we should redo their video. We should update their video.
We got a little report train right down there.
Oh,
Yeah, we should re.
We should redo that.
We always have
There is a
ideas for
lumber
show.
port
We never
train.
do them. So
Never.
we've
I mean,
had
how many-
some
we
pretty
should do
awesome
this and
ideas,
we
and we
should
haven't
do
done them.
We have a lot of ideas.
Yeah, we actually did. We actually did.
Our ideas are awesome.
Hey, I did want to ask,
Yeah,
who's playing Fred Rogers in the movie?
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks can play anything. Can he
You're
not?
disappointed,
now?
aren't you?
Well, you know what? I mean,
You
I'm
want
disappointed.
You want a Snoop
But-
Dogg.
But did you see the trailer? Because he kind of actually
I
looks
haven't
like him a
actu-
little bit.
Yeah, he
I
does
saw
look
a-
like him.
Yeah.
I saw a picture.
Well, he's got a
one time.
little special makeup
But I
on
never
on
did
the
see
bottom.
the trailer.
Well, the first person
You
turned
gotta
it
watch
down.
the trailer.
The very first person actually to do this movie. I mean, Tom Hanks wasn't the first pick.
How many
Well,
movies
that's
is like that?
interesting.
Huh?
How many movies are like that?
Probably
Oh, a
It's
lot.
great idea.
Actually, the very first person to they actually asked to do this wasn't Tom Cruise. I'm trying to think of like who would it be. It couldn't be Harrison Ford. He was too old. I'll tell you exactly who the hell it was.
Wesley Snipes. Oh yeah!
This winter on November 22nd, check out the new film starring Vaughn Haggerty.
Vaughn, won't you be my neighbor?
He makes you go to Pittsburgh and get in a trolley to nowhere. Mr. McFilmy will be there. Wayne Worth will be there.
Wayne Worth.
A lot of little puppet figures, and they'll be in the castle of imagination. It's Vaughn Haggerty. And the reason Fred Rogers won't be there is because Vaughn killed him.
Vaughn Haggerty was in
the
make-believe land.
In the neighborhood.
The land of make-believe. What do I call the Imagination Nation or something?
Uh-oh.
Popo's coming.
Man, that right there will give a guy a headache right there.
Lord.
That's pretty funny, though. So tell us, Erica, you're in the studio. We brought you in for a reason to tell us all about everything that's happening right now, that big news that you have, and we were just we kind of just go ahead and just tell us now. Alexa, ask the Magic 8 Ball if Erica has anything important to say.
The Magic 8 Ball says, you may rely on it.
Oh, good.
Oh,
See,
very good.
I figured so. So what's
No
the big
pressure
news?
or anything.
Nah, no pressure. You've been around this place long
So
enough.
school's starting back. That's a big thing around here.
Yeah. This is your senior year. Are you getting excited for that?
Yeah.
You're in band this year, and band's going to be pretty good. They have a lot of people. How many seniors are in the band this year? A lot.
All the 12th graders.
All of them.
Makes sense. That makes sense.
Everyone that's graduating.
I wonder
All
how
the
many
12th graders that are in band.
I wonder how many how many 13th graders are in there from their second year of being 12th graders.
Anybody back? That
I
shouldn't
don't
be
think
back?
so.
Okay.
That
I
shouldn't
mean,
be
I haven't
bad.
been.
This
I've
is
been
the
in
biggest
school,
band
so-
in Lincoln's history, correct? That's what the channels, I think it said.
I don't
This
know,
is the
it's
biggest
actually
marching
really big.
band.
Yeah, it really is big.
Well, that's a good
So
thing.
That's
this
what
is
she
the
said.
largest band they've ever had.
We went up to Fairmont
Yeah.
during band camp, and you guys have it. How long have they been having it up at Fairmont State?
I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. I go to band. I do what I'm supposed
Typical
to do,
answer.
and then
Well, they've had it. Megan
I
was
don't
when Megan was there. They had it at Fairmont, so it's probably been 8 years or so.
See, we always had band camp right in the
Parking lot, right at school.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And now,
whatever.
Alexa, does Erica know anything?
I don't know that.
Oh, she
The
doesn't
answer
know
is
either.
yes.
Let me.
Oh. Typical. My kids
Hey,
do the
listen.
same thing. I'm like, hey, you know, I don't know.
Have you ever heard of A Dolphin's Tale? Have you ever heard of that movie Dolphin's Tale?
Oh, my goodness.
Have it 3D.
Have you?
Oh, this is big news.
Listen, so let me tell you, this is where Chuck the dipshit story comes in. I wanted to wait till the show was
Oh,
almost
but I'm
over because
always
by
the
now everybody's
dipshit.
tuned out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, we're going to Clearwater and we're
Mm-hmm.
sitting on the beach. You know what I mean? We're sitting there on the beach enjoying ourselves. And what the cool thing about this beach is that the ecology, the birds are coming down and eating crabs out of the water and are cracking them open.
The
And,
nature is
and
crazy.
dolphins are swimming. I mean, it's very much alive. there,
Right.
You know, and down at Myrtle anymore, down especially South Myrtle, I'm walking on beer cans and
You don't see
everything else.
seashells. You don't
Not
see
anymore.
like
It doesn't seem
birds or
like.
dolphins. Or, no.
Gun shells and pop bottles.
Yeah. So anyway, this plane comes flying by. This plane comes flying by and says, "Come see Winter the dolphin."
And I got all excited.
And, no, it says actually, "Come see Winter at the Clearwater Aquarium."
Come see Winter.
Okay.
Today.
So she goes. Michelle said something about going to the aquarium. I was like, I came down here to get away from Winter. Why the hell would I want to go there and see like penguins or something?
Fair enough.
Who wants to see that?
Well.
It's not. Well, we get home and we start talking about A Dolphin's Tale. So never heard of that before in my life. Couldn't tell you the first thing about it. Couldn't about it. So we watch it. Damn well makes you cry. Made me cry. It's a real good
'Cause you're a
movie.
sissy.
Jeez.
You cried too. I saw
we
you.
were all crying.
And it's like the fourth time we watched
This is like
it.
the fifth time I've watched it. I cried the first time when I was
Cried the first 4.
I was 10.
There you go. But anyway, the story is: have you guys heard of A Dolphin's Tale?
No, I never have.
Okay, now I'm just going to tell you.
Okay.
Because
It's a true story.
Harry Connick Jr.'s in it, which is cool. Winter the Dolphin's in
Chicks
it.
dig 'em.
Yeah, you know what? And I'm more of a Michael Bublé guy now, but I still like Harry Connick Jr. He's the one that started this mainstream.
He's more like a Sinatra.
Sort of, yeah. He most certainly is. But anyway, what happens is this dolphin gets caught in this crab trap string or whatever, and it cuts the circulation off on a tail. They have to chop the tail off. All of
Yeah.
a sudden, you have a dolphin with no tail. What happens? Dolphins are eventually going to die.
Okay.
Well, then they somehow come up with this prosthetic limb, and the whole thing goes through
Prosthetic tail.
prosthetic tail because the aquarium's getting shut down. Randy
Yeah.
Travis and Crystal Bernard are bringing a truckload of presents down for Christmas for the because they are always in those Hallmark channels.
Yeah.
But anyway, no, they actually go through this process of rehabbing this dolphin until they actually get the prosthetic tail on there, and it's fantastic. It's based on a true story. It absolutely,
true
yeah.
story.
Yeah.
It
So,
is.
so
You can-
when did this movie come out?
Oh, it's not.
2011.
yeah, it's
I
been
looked
2000?
it up, and then they have a dolphin.
And the
Tale
dolphin
2
still
that,
lives there.
They have a dolphin tale 2 that came out in 2014.
But
Yeah.
I have not watched that yet,
Yeah,
so we can't tell what
seeing
that's about.
something.
It was really good
story
too. It didn't really do good at the box office, maybe a couple 96 million, but it was the budget was only 37. But I'm surprised because Morgan Freeman's in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and Ashley
watch this
Judd's in
movie.
there.
I don't want to watch it.
So, anyways,
You wanna watch
why?
it?
No.
Why?
Because I get upset when we start talking about dolphins
You know
and
why?
whales and.
But it has a very good ending.
What a problem.
So,
Yeah, I never had a very good ending.
why wouldn't
Now, maybe we should call and ask Sandy McIntyre what her problem is.
They still have a SeaWorld down in Florida.
In Tampa.
SeaWorld.
They do.
Oh, here's where.
I ought to buy my mom tickets for that.
Just do it.
Here's where
no,
Dean-
let me tell you what you're
SeaWorld
going to do.
has a water park, too.
Let me tell you what you're going to do. You're going to buy tickets, and you're going to say, Mom, guess what? We're going to go down to SeaWorld finally. I mean, okay. We're going to go. And you get down there, and you say, oops, I only bought a ticket for one. See ya. And walk right on in, boy.
Yeah, I mean, hell, Mom, you should have had those tickets for the last 25 years.
Hey, you know what? If you ever go to SeaWorld with your mom,
Yeah.
make sure she put the very front row of the Shamu show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Hey, you can see
Yeah.
the best right here.
That's right.
Yeah,
It's pretty awesome.
You get the big welcome by Shamu.
I'm taking her.
Well, like when we went on a cruise, I make a lot of jokes about this stuff, but I really kind of love marine life. Like I think a marine biologist would actually
It's
be pretty neat.
interesting.
Very cool. Very
Yeah.
cool. And that's what's so much, in fact, that when we went on this cruise, we were looking. The girls were talking about going on an excursion or whatnot. You can go swim with the dolphins
Yeah.
or go on the reef, swim on the reef. And I tell you what, I promised them that if they would swim with the sharks, listen, it's on me. It is on me.
Yeah.
They said no. I said, well, hell. Okay, swim with the stingrays and piranhas. How about that one? That sounds like a good one. Guess what? Got turned down for that.
Actually, you did it wrong. You said, how about I'll give you $5 to jump overboard and see if you can find sharks, and maybe they can become your parents.
Listen,
it's kind of the same thing.
Listen,
It would've
but
been
you've
similar.
got to understand that there's $5 jokes is in the family continuously, is it not?
Yeah.
Like, what did we?
I heard 20 today.
Yeah, there's $5. I'll give you $5. Everything is. I'll give you $5. I'll give you $5.
Like-
So what do we do today? We told
Yeah,
my brother.
so
I'll
get-
give you $5.
$5 to take this pontoon boat all the way down to the middle of the lake.
Oh, to
Bet you can't
swim
do
the
it.
pontoon-
I'll give you $5, man.
Oh, yeah, he was swimming the...
Probably my favorite one, though, and this was going into around the 4th of July. No, you know what? I don't know if you know this or not. Erica doesn't smoke. Right? She doesn't.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
I would, obviously not.
Right. Good.
But anyway, so we drove by one. There's and I
Only
said,
cool people don't
listen, I'm
smoke."
going to stop.
Good
I'm
kid.
going to stop at Gilmore. I'm going to buy a pack of cigarettes and $5. I'll give you $5 if you take one of those cigarettes and you walk through that firecracker place and smoking that thing.
Yeah.
The tents.
I said, $5. $5.
$5.
You know what?
But I do that
And you know what
all
she,
the time.
and you know what she said? She goes, "No, I don't smoke." I said, "Oh, well,
And then
hell."
after I said no, I don't smoke, he goes, all right, $5, I'll give you my lighter, and you just go throw it in.
But we always had the $5 jokes. Hey,
we
listen.
have $5.
Tell you what, real quick though,
Yeah.
when you're down there, especially if Megan, you go visit Megan, you need to go to Discovery Cove. Discovery Cove
Already
is
been. Yes.
awesome.
Already
Is
been
it?
there.
You could swim with the stingrays and the tropical
She's been there,
fish. You
yeah.
can and the
Erica's been there too.
Yes.
You've been there.
No, my mom just went without me.
and the well, maybe she did. Maybe she went with
You know,
her
she
the
never-
kids she likes, the ones that watched Mr. Rogers with her.
Yeah.
She never went on trips
I have a
without
hidden
us until
family.
she met you, so...
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
She always took us on trips, and then ever since she
Ooh.
met you, I think it's you. I think you deserve to be kicked out.
Alexa, is Erica full of shit?
I'd rather not answer that.
That's not a
That
no.
means yes.
Dang. Well, and here's what I told Erica. There's two things that I know we cannot do because the girls will absolutely kill us. A, we can't go on a cruise. We can't go on a cruise. If we
Yeah.
go on a cruise without the girls, guess what? We're dying.
Yeah.
So I told
Okay.
Michelle,
Dead.
when we go on a cruise without the girls, we just can't say anything about
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
Just
no,
do
I'll
a
find
shorter
out.
one.
We would never
Just
do
do like
We
a
would
small
never do
3-day
that.
one
Yeah, we
out
would
of
never
Florida.
Would never do that.
on the canoe in the ocean. It was like
Yeah.
it was your uncle's idea. And what was the other one? I don't even remember.
Stop at Disney. We almost stopped at Disney.
Yeah, we were on our way over.
We
going
were
over
going-
I-4. We were going
Yeah.
to stop at Disney, and it was like
We were going
it
to
was
stop
like-
at Universal Studios. But
Oh, that's the best
we,
one.
It's like, we can't stop.
it
We
was
can't
so,
do this.
We were so close.
Yeah, we
I
can't.
wonder
do
if the
this.
sunrise is
But
there.
we knew that
Don't
we would
take
be in
pictures.
trouble.
Don't take pictures.
You know what? I have a best excuse for you, Chuck. Next time you guys travel,
Yeah.
we were just out there checking the sunrise and sunset.
That's it.
Take a trip.
That's
Yeah,
right.
had
we
to
were just-
check it out.
We were doing research.
Yeah.
We were doing research.
You
So-
gotta want to check
We
it
wanted to
first.
see what the sunrise looked like off of Mount Everest ride.
So whatever the hell that is, I don't know what. I've never been
I was
there.
not
I don't know.
born-
I'm
I'm
kind
just
of like
gonna
Derek
tell
when
ya.
it comes to the SeaWorld. I've
Yeah.
never been to the. I haven't. Last time I was at Disney was 1981. They didn't even have an Epcot yet.
The only reason I want to go there now is the Star Wars thing.
Oh, I've been
Oh,
to
dude,
many,
it's
many
probably
Star
so
Wars,
packed.
the one in Japan, too.
It's probably so packed.
What were you
now.
gonna
Your
say?
mom actually was telling me that they built that new Star Wars hotel, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I guess it's not as popular as they thought it was going to be.
The one out in Disneyland has kind of not been as.
but
no, Disney World's going to tear it
Yeah.
up. Everybody goes to Disney World anyway. isn't
But
it?
the
Because
thing
Disney-
is, I think the prices are
Prices
like
high?
outrageous,
Yeah, they're
right?
pretty
to stay
expensive.
in this Star Wars
Well,
hotel.
I think.
Well, this
yeah.
isn't the Star Wars Hotel. This is Disney. What do they call that? Star
It's-
Wars,
I
like
don't
their
know.
little
It's-
amusement
Star
park
Cruise?
area.
Yeah.
It's like their
in
little.
Hollywood Studios.
Well,
But
they have
didn't
one in
they-
Disney now too.
Right.
Didn't they open a hotel like a
Not
Star
yet.
Wars?
That's going to open
Oh.
up
No,
down in
that's in-
Florida.
Oh, okay. Then I don't know.
Yeah,
That's coming.
That's
like,
later this year.
Yeah.
I
And
thought
it's-
they were working on
They
that.
came up with in 2019, like just a couple like months ago or so. They came out with Toy Story Land.
Oh, that'd be
Was
cool.
that there when
Yeah.
you were there?
No,
No,
last?
it was
Oh.
under construction when I was there.
No, Toy Story Land was going full force last year. Matter of fact,
Yeah, it was in like June or something. Cause I know
Yeah.
I went in April and it was under construction, and then after we left, it
yeah.
was.
See, tomorrow will be a year ago that Carol and I had went down to Disney World.
Oh, is that? It's been a year already.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Wow, time
Yeah.
goes fast.
So I guess
Speaking of
today's
Tom,
my
I
daughter's
haven't been to
anniversary.
Universal.
Hey, happy anniversary, babe.
I'd like to go to Universal. I haven't been there.
But,
Yeah, that's on one of my bucket lists.
Speaking of Tom, I have a story.
Okay.
And it comes from, this is going to be the last
Story
one.
time.
Noah the Time Traveler. Have you ever heard of him, Noah the Time Traveler? No, you probably haven't, because he always
Noah's
travels back
Ark.
and forth
Right.
between. The only person I know that's ever traveled in time, well, two people, Doctor Who
Yeah.
and Michael J. Fox.
No, yeah.
Yeah, he did it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay, so
He
anyway.
did it 3 times.
Yeah, he did.
Emmett Brown did too eventually.
I'm not even sure
Oh,
who
he
that
did,
is.
didn't he?
Doc Brown.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, Noah the Time Traveler, okay, he comes from 30 years in the future. And he has made some predictions. Now, he says he's constantly, he made a documentary, okay, that you can watch this thing. But he says he can't stay in one place too long because the government's after him, because he's leaving too much, information out.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I think I've heard of this guy. Keep going.
Noah
I like
the Time
it.
Traveler.
I
Okay,
think
so
I talk to these guys a lot.
Here are some of his predictions. The first one, the aliens are coming. Noah claims that aliens will come to Earth and will crash all over the place, but we'll make peace with them, which was his second prediction. We won't fight them like you always see in the movies. It won't be an Independence Day. After they kill us and make them their slaves, listen, we'll all get along just fine. The aliens, they're going to be, they just sound super ugly. They have a terrible sound to them, because mostly probably they're going to be some sort of a water-based thing, sort of like us. But they say if you're going to have anything, it's probably going to be an alien creature going to be based in water, because that's like the predominant thing.
All right.
So he says. And I went through the aliens in peace. Planet Lewis 33, AK 369, is going to, let itself be known. It's going to be coming, let's see, but a scientific name is 369. The goose drank wine. The monkey chewed tobacco on a street corner line. I mean, whatever that is. That's what he calls it.
I'm buying it.
Strangely enough, Noah the Time Traveler came from the future, and he says that time travel will actually be possible, which kind of says, well, you got here, so we already know it's possible.
Well, if you
Sorta
think
right?
about it, the movie Terminator, he's a traveler too.
Now here's a shocker. Here's a shocker too. Noah the Time Traveler says, there's going to be another war.
Okay.
Shocker.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, there's been a war all the time. The next one's going to be, this isn't too much of a shocker. He's going to make this prediction that human beings will be connected to computers. And we already are.
Yep.
With cell phones and all this other kind of jazz.
Yep.
When did he make this? Last week?
Well, I don't know.
Well, we don't know.
But the last time he was here was probably I don't know. He goes he might be coming back and saying, "Oh, I'm going to have to go back a day before I made these predictions to change it all."
Who believes this?
Well, it just so happens
I'm going to put a helmet on my head with a bunch of spikies and just show up every now and then and do the same thing.
Be Noah the Time Traveler. He's had his own documentary.
You'd be Michelle the Time Traveler.
Absolutely, you will be. That would be
Tell
kind
you
of
what.
slick. You know what? And you'll say, you know what? And tomorrow the sun will rise over, the west, and the sunset will be on the east.
Yeah.
And no one will believe you. They'll call you crazy and everything else.
But you know what? I'm speaking from the future, so by that time the world will end and nobody will ever know if it happened or not. I could be right.
That could possibly be true.
Right.
But we're going to end the show because of Noah the Time Traveler. We have some little puns, some time traveling puns, which are going to be pretty cool.
All right.
All right.
If time is money, are ATMs time machines? Erica, if you want to watch the screen, you can read a couple of them if you like.
I don't have my glasses on. I can't see that.
Oh, gee.
What do we want? Time travel. When do we want it?
Irrelevant. Oh, that's a good one. That was a good one.
I like that.
You might be a Time Lord if you're the only person at your family reunion.
Why do chefs worry about an herb shortage? Because of the end of time. THYME. You might be a Time Lord if you're the only person at your family reunion. That or a serial killer. One or the other.
Hey.
Gotcha.
Did you say that one?
That was a Beck move.
BS.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find a funny one.
You already said that? That's the first time I've ever done that. Dang. Holy hell. Sit down. Special guest.
Sit down.
He's got a special guest.
No, I got one.
You got to turn them up right
Pull
there.
it up. Number one there on the pot, Eric. There. Go ahead, Eric.
What did...
Ever tried eating a clock?
Have you ever tried eating a clock? No.
Yeah.
No.
It's very time consuming.
All right.
What did the time?
Go ahead.
What did the time traveler say when he was seated at the restaurant?
Go ahead.
Boy, I'm hungry. I haven't eaten since last night. Wait, since late tonight.
That's good.
Gosh, Mom.
Bartender say.
A
A bartender says we don't serve Time Lords here. Time Lord walks into the bar. Get it?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Past, present, and future walked into a bar. It was tense.
What do you call a slow time machine? A retardus. Because the TARDIS, time and relative dimensions of space, is Doctor Who's police box where he traveled through time.
Why didn't the blonde major in time travel?
Because she was too confused with doing something with the sunset and sunrise.
She didn't think there was any future in it.
Nah, fair enough.
Hey, I used to be addicted to time travel, but that's all in the past now.
That's good.
I'm so confused.
There's no time like the present, past, and future. Who knew gnomes are time travelers? Yeah, it was kind of a slow.
I got one.
I messed mine up.
I can't believe they fired me from the clock factory after all the extra hours I put in.
Yeah, that's a good one.
How about, are time travel jokes just a waste of time?
That's a good one, too. Obviously, they could be. Past, present, and future walked up no bar. It was tense.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
twice.
so I was gonna say
Is that twice? Gosh. I'm sitting here trying to work on this game. I did that twice.
Let's just say it again. When everything happens in threes.
Hey, listen, I traveled in the future. Then I traveled back, and I must have missed the fact that you guys had said that.
That's what happened.
Jesus Christmas, I have never done
when you
that.
travel back and say it again, everything happens in threes.
Time travels.
That's true.
When you toss your watch out of a moving vehicle.
No, that's a true story.
True.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to tell another time travel joke, but it's either ahead of its time or it's too late now.
Well,
I don't have a time
Why did
joke.
the time traveling chicken cross the road?
I don't know.
To find out what all the jokes were all about.
All right.
I was going to tell yet another time travel joke, but I'm pretty sure you told it to me next week.
All right. Yeah. Oh.
Wait, I just saw this one about having really good food. Wait, where was it? Oh, did you hear about the time traveler who visited a restaurant? He liked it so much that he went back 4 seconds.
Oh.
Get it?
4 seconds.
Yeah, 4 seconds. I get it.
Good one.
Yeah, think about that one, boys.
I like it.
Think about it, boys.
Do you know who doesn't need to time travel?
Who wouldn't need? Let me see. Let me give me just a second or two to think about this, because there's a lot of people that we know could possibly. I mean, I could benefit from it for sure, but I wonder who in the world.
I think there's only one person
Yeah.
that doesn't need to.
It's just
Oh, don't do it again.
shocker.
Don't.
No.
What are you talking
don't.
about,
It's
Jimmy?
like
What
5 times.
What are you talking about? It's not that. We're talking about time travel, man.
5
And time travel. We're going back in time. This is the first time.
First time for Vaughn Haggerty.
Vaughn Haggerty. Check it out with Wayne Worth. Wayne comes back as a baby. Vaughn comes back as Vaughn
Haggerty.
We don't have a number yet because Vaughn hasn't told us, because he'll be appearing in the future, past, and present. It's tense and actiony. It's Vaughn Haggerty, Time Lord.
He don't know what time it is because it doesn't matter.
Vaughn time is everyone's time.
It's Vaughn Haggerty.
Haggerty, Time Lord extraordinaire this weekend at the Hell of Arena with Wayne Worth.
Vaughn
Haggerty, when Vaughn was skinny.
The Lincoln High School Marching Band went back in time.
One time. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Keep time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
Chili Bon Carne.
Shoot,
Oh, boy.
Christian, you just walked into the studio. Hello.
Hey.
All right,
Hi.
goodbye. Anyway,
No, wait a minute here.
you know what? You lose your feet, you lose your seat, Christian. That's how we work around here. Anyway, what you been doing, brother? How was your birthday and everything? Pretty good.
It was
Since we talked to
good.
you last. Yeah, very good. What do you think about this controversy now about video games? And they say if you play first-person shooters that you have more of a tendency to commit a crime with a firearm. What do you think? It's crazy.
I don't think you have a brain if you think that.
Well, you know what? Considering how many people play video games, I could see where it can. I mean, I don't know. I guess it just like they used to say that hard rock would make you nuts. You know, when that thing was going around, Devil Rock or whatever it was, and then it became video games. Video games.
Well, we had rap music.
It's just
too.
something for them to blame.
Yeah. But now, you know, I mean, so I don't know. It's. I don't think it's video games because them things have been around for a long time. You know, I just think you're nuts. That's what I think. Sadly enough. Hopefully that shit like kind of knocks itself out.
It's not video games. It's not.
I played
it's
them.
The way.
Yeah.
It's the
I've
way
never
that
gotten off of a
parents
game and wanted to
teach
go
their
shoot a place
kids.
up.
If parents would actually act like they give a crap about their kids, kids wouldn't be growing up being dumbass adults.
Hey, let me ask you this question real quick, because we can keep this for another day.
Right.
Have you seen
This is a whole discussion.
Have you seen the Betty White meme? That if you want, it says every.
Which one?
Well, this one that says every time I hear about a mass shooting, or it was something with her face.
People say, and then it's just a picture of Betty White.
Every time there's a mass shooting, people say, and then there's a face of Betty White.
That's supposed to mean.
Okay.
I
Well,
asked that too.
Okay, because allegedly, now I haven't done too much research, but the theory goes about this picture is all the dudes that have done these mass shootings have been white guys. So Betty White.
Yeah,
Betty's white.
I get it. I
Betty's
get it.
white.
I get it.
But that's
See,
where this whole
I
meme
don't
comes
think
from.
so.
I don't know. I haven't researched it enough.
I don't.
I just know this. I'm not. I don't hate the Clintons. Don't know the Clintons. Don't know anything about the Clintons because
Me
they're killing
either.
everybody that says anything bad about them.
No,
Listen.
because I want to
Who
live.
you talking about?
I don't know.
I don't
anything
even know.
about
I-
Lincoln.
I
I said
want to
Lincoln, right?
live.
Yeah, Abraham.
You know,
I
the
don't
bad part
know
about it is
shit about the Clintons.
even Vaughn
Who's
Haggerty
that?
checks his closet for
Nope.
Clintons before he goes to bed.
You
Yeah.
have to remember that one. That was a good one there.
Nope, don't know anything about them.
But anyway, we're going to shut this shit show down. We were back. We're going to be back in 2 weeks. Maybe looking for the audio at some point. We have the big bike ride coming up. The Bikers for a
Ride for
Cure. This weekend, Saturday, registrations at the Roadhouse starts at 10 o'clock. The focus this year is on lung cancer. It's the Ride for Life, it's called. Chrissy and Clinton were in here last time, and you guys did a fantastic job, by the way, on that. That was a really
thanks.
good job, yeah. And you had all the women in here, and then, a car
Yeah,
got
nobody
stolen.
shows up now.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
here. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
get-
the only
take-
chick.
take the
wanting
hint.
Some friends, and nobody's here.
But anyhow, you guys did a fantastic job on that. So once again, go to Bikers for a Cure. Go to
No,
Bikers
you're
for
my
a Cure.
daughter.
Go to Bikers
Sup,
for a
dude?
Cure
It's different.
or the Relay for Life. You can check it out on Facebook. But once again, it's a fantastic ride. And they're at the beginning of the day, you're going to get fed at the Roadhouse, and the registration again starts at 10. It ends at noon. And you go ride the route, and they have special stops throughout the thing. And then you come back at the Brickside, and it's going to be a party upon itself after that. Even.
Oh, not the Brickside, Best Western.
Best Western, I meant. Yeah.
Best Western, and they'll have bike games. They'll have live band, the whole 9 yards. Let me tell you something. $25. I mean, you can't beat it. You get, like you said, you get fed breakfast. Each stop, they put out some type of finger food platter and stuff like that. Then you get fed a dinner, and I'm talking about a damn good dinner when you get to the Best Western. You can't beat it. 2 people, $25.
No, hell no, you can't beat that. That's
They ought to
fantastic.
call it the Swart Peter ride.
Wow.
But you can't beat it.
He's riding Peter. What?
Yep.
Listen.
Did you hear it, Jimmy? Jimmy missed it.
Yeah.
I just heard
Jimmy
you were
was
riding
never.
No.
Jimmy was never.
Jimmy was never.
That would have came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting that one.
Me either.
Because I've been off my game.
Well, sometimes
when he-
sometimes his mind travels around too.
See,
when he said that, I was blank. I was
Yeah,
like,
I was
really?
too. I was like, well, let me think about that.
We gotta get back in the show mode here.
But see, I haven't done this thing, and we've noticed that when you don't do it, like in the fall, when the summertime hours in, and we get back in the swing of things a little bit, and we'll pick back up again. It's kind of hard to sit in here. Like today, it was like, man, I don't even know. I'm thinking, I don't even know how to do
What's
this.
your
I haven't
name
been here
again?
I haven't done this
What?
for a month. You know what I mean? And it's kind of hard to get yourself back in that frame of mind. And then, but anyway, yeah, that was pretty funny because I've been reading. Normally, I'm the one that busts Todd or busts somebody else. I'm always the first one to call something out that sounds stupid, right? First one to always do. I'm waiting. I'm like a shark in water. And then today,
and
it's
we
been
got you
totally me.
twice.
It's totally been me today. It's totally been me. But
And
I do know
whose
this.
fault is that?
I know your mom's.
Oh.
And who gets $5?
I don't understand.
Listen,
But it's a good
Our
thing
point
that
exactly.
Anyway,
Anyway,
wander, if not,
No,
you'll be
that's
sleeping out here.
what I'm saying is, I'm sitting on top of the world, looking out all over creation.
Yeah.
And something is best. I'm thinking of the lyrics to a Carpenter song to make this better, but I can't remember. Looking down on creation. And the only explanation that I can find.
Down on creation.
Find me the lyrics to that. I'm trying to kiss up here for a minute.
Sitting
It's
on
not
top of the
working.
What are
world.
you kissing up for? I don't
if
understand.
she
It was
don't
just a
know,
joke.
you don't have to show.
Yeah, don't say anything.
It was a joke that was 5 minutes ago that we didn't even say because now we're in the future.
Well, babes, I missed it, so
Wasn't that funny?
it's all
anyway.
good here.
Yeah, we'll go
All
back
good
to
in the hood, babes.
Unfortunately, she can time travel back after you post
That's
this video.
right.
Fortunately enough, unless I delete it.
Right.
No,
Then
remember
it'll
the
be-
I'm gonna
only
time
reason
travel.
she can time travel. Time travel is if she's with Vaughn Haggerty. So,
Oh.
Chuck, sorry about your luck. I think Mom's leaving you.
Shoot, too bad. Dang it!
Well, I guess Erica will get to go
Wow.
on vacations again then.
Yeah, I'll get to go on
I'll tell you
vacations
what,
again.
I've been sitting right here and I've missed so much. and I haven't went anywhere.
But that's what I mean. I've been so kind of brain fried myself too, so don't worry about it. Sometimes
Okay.
the fog of broadcasting when you first get in there. Anyway, we're going to shut this shit show down. Thanks for watching. We're going to have links. Check out the sinkhole deal happening over there.
Sinkhole.
Yeah, the ride for life.
It's like
Cinco
Cinco de Mayo.
Ride for Life is Saturday, August 17th. Even if you're not going to ride, you don't want to go do it, just go down, check out all the bikes. There are going to be a crap ton of bikes.
Congratulations to Todd Beck. He's got yet another grandkid there.
Yes.
So fantastic for that. They're all all the chickens have hatched per se.
Yeah.
That's good
Did
for him.
anyone else hear Mom, or was it just me?
Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo.
Let's party. Viva Cinco de Mayo. Listen, party at Enterprise tonight. Sinkhole de Mayo. Let's go.
I like it.
Damn.
I like
Let's
it.
pick her up, boys.
I almost
Let's go.
said some words we're not allowed to say.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. We need to shut it down. But once again, thanks for watching. Check
Nobody
all that
pays
stuff out.
attention to me, Erica, but thank you.
Keep paying attention, or keep checking out Rogan Radio if you haven't liked the actual page yet. We have some pertinent information that might come in handy
Yeah,
from time to
sometimes
time.
it's really important.
And other times it's just stupid. So,
Yeah.
you just have to take
You
the good
gotta
with the
pick and
bad.
choose.
Yeah, you do.
And you got to listen to the whole damn thing to find out where the good stuff's actually coming
Yeah,
from.
it's fantastic like that. But anyway, on behalf
Pretty
of
much.
Chad Puccio from Mononga, we have Eric, and we also have the lovely and talented, strong voice, Bill Cosby loving Christian. Say something, stud.
Hey.
All right.
Fair enough.
And he also plays Fonzie in the new remake of Happy Days. And we're on the computer because D was out tonight with a grandkid himself watching The Lion King. Very good. We have Derek D-Mac McIntyre over there. Thanks for filling in as director.
Yeah, no
D-Mac.
problem.
Straight from Tokyo, Japan, we have Bruce Takahashi. Very nice.
Brucey.
From Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, we have Jim Whiz in his pants, or Jim was never. Either or. That's what Alexis says. Thanks for coming in, Jim. It's not very often you do anymore. Appreciate
was
that.
never.
I'm glad Mary let you at the house.
Was he neighbor with Mr. Roger too?
I'm glad you got your handcuffs off.
Anyway, on in last and most, oh my goodness, I almost slipped and said last and most least. But I come on.
What?
I know it was. What was I thinking?
Well,
You're
hey,
used
The
to
most
the Todd Beck.
I will take you personally to the Cinco de Mayo.
Todd keeps missing. We're going to have to use DMAC or somebody there, and we could be like, Rogan's not here, but you get the D, blah, blah. There's a lot of stupid things we could go with that.
Absolutely, I like that.
Beck Radio just doesn't sound good anymore.
The Miss Woodchopper herself, straight from Webster County, Webster Springs, down there in Webster County. The lovely and talented Michelle Rogan.
That's
Give it
right.
up. Okay, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, once again, on behalf of all of us, thanks for watching and listening, and you have been listening, Rogan Radio.
Later.
Bye.